Hi friends, today we together discuss about on learning and knowledge by JK. Every time we are learning and accumulating knowledge, you cannot find a single person who is not accumulating knowledge and learning something. So everybody is continuously learning. But there are methods of learning. Generally, we learn by repetition, imitation, copying. The accent of man does not lie in accumulated knowledge. Scientists and others have said man can only evolve by having more and more knowledge, climbing, ascending. But knowledge is always the past, and if there is no freedom from the past, his ascent will be always limited. It will always be confined to a particular pattern. We are saying there is a different way of learning, which is to see comprehensively, wholly, holistically, the whole movement of knowledge. Knowledge is necessary, otherwise you could not live. But the very understanding of its limitation is to have insight into its whole movement. We have taken knowledge as natural and live with knowledge and go on functioning with knowledge for the rest of our life. But we have never asked what knowledge itself is and what its relationship is to freedom, what its relationship is to what is actually happening. We have taken all this for granted. That's part of our education and conditioning. This talk was given in Madras on 22 October 1958. Our problem is the mind which is conditioned, which is shaped, which is the plaything of every influence, every culture, the mind which is the result of the past, burdened with innumerable memories, experiences. There is a knowledge pyramid from data to information, from information to knowledge, and from knowledge to wisdom. Data is the raw one which we gather. It may be correct or incorrect, but information is the processed data. In computer terminology, we come across data and information, and when information is visualized, it becomes knowledge, and when knowledge is experiential, that becomes wisdom. There is a triangle: insight, meaning or learning, context. different sources of knowledge. How is such a mind to free itself from all this and be a total individual? I say it is possible only when there is a serious, earnest study of oneself, the self not being the Atman or some so-called higher self, because those again are just words. I am talking of the self of everyday existence, the self that gets angry, the self that is ambitious, that gets hurt, that wants to be seen, that is very keen, that says, I must be secure, I must consider my position, and so on. Roots of knowledge management. Knowledge management, business transformation, BPR, TQM culture, learning organization, intellectual assets or capital, knowledge-based system, information management. That is the only self we have. The higher self, the super Atman, is the only an ideology, a concept, an unreality, and it is no good going after unreality, for that leads to delusion. I know all the sacred books talk about the super Atman, whatever that is, and for the man who is caught in the daily self, it is a marvelous escape. Dialogue, socialization, externalization, internalization, combination, field, team building, linking explicit knowledge, learning by doing. The more he speculates, the more he writes about it, the more religious he thinks he is. But I say that if you can go into the self that we all know, the self of everyday movement, then through that self-knowledge, through careful analysis, careful observation, you will find that you are capable of breaking away from all influences that condition thought. Another thing is that thought, by the very thinking process, condition itself. Is it not so? Whatever thought you have affects the mind. Knowledge management. Insights. Everybody have their own insight. Information, practice, technology, people, improvement, process, advice. Whether the thought is good or bad, ugly or beautiful, subtle or cunning, whatever thought it be, it shapes the mind. So, what is thinking? Ponder over it. What is thinking? Actually, thinking surely is the reaction of what you know. Knowledge reacts and we call it thinking. Please observe it. If you are alert, aware of your own process of thinking, you will see that Whatever you think has already shaped the mind. And a mind that is shaped by thought has ceased to be free, and therefore it is not a mind that is individual. The whole process of education is to make an individual mind, a mind which is not shaped by anything, an unconditioned mind, not by family, not by society, not by education system, not by religions. An absolutely free thinking mind is needed for a new life and a beginning of new humanity. The knowledge of the past is ugly because it has not succeeded to overcome misery of humankind. Day by day, man is going to create more and more misery for himself and for the whole world. So, what kind of knowledge it is? None of the words is ours. The words are discovered or invented by some other people in the past. We are just memorizing and repeating it. Organizational learning and KM. Learning knowledge. Individual group organization. Individual learning personal knowledge. Team learning team knowledge. Organizational learning organizational knowledge. Knowing stable change. No learning. Learning as the acquisition of new facts and or skills. Change. Learning as the practice of new facts and or new skills. Learning as the acquisition and practice of new facts and or skills. So, apart from our traditional learning of accumulation, gathering, by hearting, memorizing and vomiting it in the examination paper, this is what called knowledge. Think upon it. Let's do one thing. Today, open a paper, blank paper, and write down what you know by yourself, what you have not heard and read from other, what is your fundamental thinking. Just write down. I think you are not able to fill even one page. That is what our knowledge is. Still, people go on claiming we are so knowledgeable, intelligent, genius, wisdom. Without fundamental thinking, how can you be an educator, an innovative person? You can study in Wikipedia the difference between information acquisition and learning knowledge by J. Evans Okola, Dorothy M. Person, Lisa A. Schumacher and Mitchell D. Lingo. Nice, good one. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Father James Keller. Enough for today. Thank you for watching and hearing. Think upon it and try to apply in your life.